Mi amo Hurricane Lopez, and thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more. My name is DannyDealz. The show is produced by executive producer extraordinaire Hurricane Lopez. Today I have a couple of special guests with me. I have an angel and a devil. I don't know which one's which. The Bulls, the Bears. Today was just sort of a flat day on the markets. Again, I think you guys get out of here. I think I just broke something. I think the market was digesting the Fed news still. We're trying to get some direction. People are trying to see, what are bonds going to do? What are interest rates going to do the rest of the year? It seems like they should be, maybe one more quarter point increase, people are thinking, and then we'll go ahead and stay flat the rest of the year. We'll see what happens with inflation. And if inflation continues to trend down a little bit, they'll probably hold rates at these higher levels, but not increase them very much more. And then try to shoot down to the 2% inflation number a little bit more slowly because we just, as we can see, the system does not deal well with shocks. People freak out, and basically, anytime there's shocks to the system and people freak out, basically, it'll mean retail is going to hand their money to institutions and smart money because retail just does not do well with fright and FUD and panic, and also does not do well um, in terms of buying the hype, FOMO. So institutions use news, use fear particularly, but also use FOMO. It's also fear, but fear to the upside. Fear you're going to miss an opportunity. Fear you're going to lose your money. They can just manipulate retail investors' emotions, and we're seeing that every time news comes out, retail loses, institutions win. That's just how the market goes. Retail gives money to smart money. And so it goes. But today we are here talking about TENX Therapeutics. Once again, the ticker symbol is TENX. Of course, I failed to update my whiteboard. We can go ahead and do that now. There's no harm, no foul. Again, as you know, these videos are not scripted, edited. They usually have no point and make little sense, but we are at the 24th and we are talking Tenax, of course, one of our favorite stocks, one of the greatest stocks in the world, one of the greatest companies in the world. Just doing amazing things. It's electric. No, basically, absolutely nothing happened today. Let me share my screen. We are talking about we opened at 49 cents. We had closed at 53 cents. The day's range went from 48 all the way up to 54, and we closed right back at 52 cents, just like yesterday, and we are flat after hours. It is 1:38 p.m. out here in beautiful, sunny Los Angeles, California. We are in the beach cities, and that makes it 4:38 out in NYC. I hope it is a beautiful day or night wherever you are, that you made some money this week. If you're like me, you probably didn't. Things move mostly sideways. Really, not that much was working, whether you're swing trading, day trading, doing options, whatever you're doing. I think the market was just skittish, and there wasn't a lot of money coming into the market. There wasn't particularly a lot of money flowing out of the market. I think more flowed out last week, and this week we just, if you're 10x, we just basically started in the low 40s, popped up. It's kind of a week long pump and dump, but volume today was weak compared to recently. It was 1.5 million shares, and we uh, we had 1.5 million, 2.6 million, 6 million, 5 million. So volume is decelerating, which oftentimes you would see as a negative, but it's not necessarily a negative because there's been so much churn, and I don't like to say manipulation, but there's computerized algorithmic trading that moves the stock. you know, that's programmed by people though, so it's really people trading the stock. They're just able to do it very precisely by using computerized trading. So, people could manipulate markets before, they just do it by hand and it was more difficult. But now we see that the volume's coming out of the stock, and I think that's a pretty good thing because I think there's less churn. It could be a little bit more predictable. And I also think that shorts just today might not have been really willing to go naked any further into their position because we do have earnings coming up next week, and obviously earnings are not going to be too interesting in terms of the numbers in Q4, because obviously we know the company didn't make any money. They burned a certain amount of money. We already pretty much know what that's going to look like. It's salaries, it's basic like office expense. But we're hoping, because management never says anything. It's like the piano here, some Harvey Keitel skit. It's like, say something. But you just want to hear something from management. But today is a great lesson on how hedge funds take money from stupid retail investors, weak people, day traders. First off, just point back out that we challenge this 48. This 48 level has become 47, 48. Looks like that might be our support level at this point. Again, we bounced off this trend line. We're still well above it because the trend line just keeps going down. And I think the stock could only go down so far. It's just there's a certain buoyancy to a stock. We're already under a $5 million market cap, already way below cash on hand. It's very difficult to calculate like a book value or anything. It's just basically an estimate of what do you believe the future of these drugs are going to be worth. What are the chances of FDA approval? But you notice we came down, we bounced off 48. 53 ish was a bit of a key level. We were challenging 53 to the high side here, low side here, here, and then support looks pretty good again today at 48. Now, this is just a great lesson in how market makers or hedge funds just take money from stupid, weak retail investors, because this stock is not right for a stop loss at 50 or 49. You were seeing support at 43, so a lot of people will go in and they'll go, okay, 53, I'm going to set a stop loss at 10%. That's 5 cents. So I'm going to set my stop loss at 48.3, probably 48, 40, whatever it is. They're just going to set a 10% trailing stop loss. Like this is a, a big company. Like this is a mega cap, or this is something where, it's not, this company is so easy to drive down 10%. It's absurd. So, they buy shares here in the 50s, and then, overnight they just dump the stock. The stock opens at 49, and then they drive it back down below, slightly below 48, I believe, 48 cents. So they just go ahead and stop out these people, and then the hedge fund can just reaccumulate the shares here at, less than 50 cents. So retail's buying between, 53 and 65. They, stop retail investors out and then buy the shares back under 50 cents. And then they're just accumulating. And then again, we see, I haven't even looked, but I assume this is trading in a channel. 50 cents, tested 50 cents here on the high side, and then 50 cents became support. So we had buying pressure at 50 cents and selling pressure at 52 cents. And you can see this is, even though there wasn't a heck of a lot of churn and not a heck of a lot of shares traded today, you can see again, the support came in here almost all day at 51 cents. We saw buying pressure almost all day at 51 cents, and we saw selling pressure almost all day at 52 cents. So this is just classic 10x trading in these little neat 1 cent channels, hedge funds either accumulating or dumping very slowly, making money off impatient retail investors who set stop losses on penny stocks inexplicably. Now, if you wanted to set a stop loss here at like, 39 cents or something, if the all hell just breaks loose and the stock completely falls apart. You don't want to lose 100% of your capital. I totally understand that, but to set a 10% stop loss or something like that on this stock is um, just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But in any case, it is what it is. We closed where we opened on moderate volume, pretty low volume on recent days. Stock traded in a channel. At one point, it popped up here, close to 54 cents. I don't really know if this was a mini pump and dump or if looked like there's actually some shares being bought here. And then, of course, on this particular red candle, it's like 500 shares trading. And then this particular candle that doesn't even move, 17,000 shares trade. So this is not like, oh, the more they're just holding it obviously at this level. They wanted to hold this level from the open entirely, and I don't think they really wanted the stock. So that's algorithms can't control the thing exactly on each candle, but obviously if you take a look at it, it's pretty good at controlling the stock overall. If you look at the 1 month chart, low 70s key level here. The stock has basically, I would say, I know it's moved from 70 down to 50, but for this stock that was just this year at like 17 bucks or whatever it was, this is, the move from 70 to 50 is like inconsequential for me. So you've seen the stock has come back up and tested 75 here, tested 70 here, tested not quite 70 here, I don't think. I don't know exactly what that level is, but it's definitely just below 7. So we have to break through that 57 number again, and then we have to break through the low 70s to get anywhere. Otherwise, the stock is just going to remain in this sideways and perhaps downward channel while the algo trades in these little 1 cent channels and makes little bits of money off of the impatient and uninformed retail investor who probably watches some complete idiot on YouTube, some curly headed freak, and then goes out and buys this stock, sets him a stop loss, just right there. Just, I'm going to buy a stock here and I'm going to sell it here. I call it, sell the dip, smell the rip. Like that's what the retail and the hedge fund, the hedge fund wants you to do. You buy somewhere up here, 57. Oh my God, you panic. You sell the dip and then you smell the rip. As the stock goes back up, you're no longer in it. Hedge fund accumulates, hedge fund makes money off retail. It's a tale as old as time, a song as old as rhyme. Um, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Nothing much going on with 10X this week. Hopefully, next week we see some actual news. People are disappointed the stock didn't rally on the granting of the patent, but let's be honest, they already announced the allowance of the patent last month. So we already did a pump and dump on that. That was back on the first, and you saw this huge. This was the epic pump and dump on that patent news. Just a massive 30 million shares traded that day, and we opened at 410 and then closed at 220, and then obviously this was an epic pump and dump. The stock just bled and bled and bled down to its current level. It was holding, $2 before that, but that was where the true pump and dump was. This is where the hedge fund really made some money because people were rushing in buying the stock, $2 and $3 range, and then they're going ahead and selling the stock now below 50 cents, and the hedge funds are laughing. The hedge fund is laughing all the way to the bank. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what management has to say. That's really the only catalyst coming up for next week. And hopefully there's some news that'll move the stock or at least give us some idea what management is thinking, what the current direction of the company is, what we can expect to see over Q2. And so no news is good news, I guess. At least the stock didn't crash. Certainly didn't do much, but I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching Un Poco Mas. My name is DannyDealz. The stock is 10X Therapeutics, ticker symbol TENX. The show today has been presented by Hurricane Lopez, executive producer extraordinaire, and one of my best friends. In fact, you very rarely see us both in the same place. Let me put it that way. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you for watching Un Poco Mas. Hang into this stock. Remember, this is not financial advice. I don't know anything special. I am merely a dumb, weak retail investor just like you. And my only strategy, because I can't beat the hedge funds, all I can do is accumulate when they don't want me to, hold for news, and then when this stock runs, which I think it inevitably will, DannyDealz is going to make some money. But do your own research. Consult a licensed professional financial advisor, not some guy on YouTube who gives you crazy advice. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.